Yo, 10 shots, 6 blunts blowing through the session. Dragging on a split, free and dragging on a cliff. A MC in the booth, an assassin on the roof. I'm just waiting to shoot. Nigga, hurry up and die. Greatest truck of spares, you would think you had drama with an African.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Dada. Y'all already know who it is. I'm here with Once 5150, the official flag bearer of 5150. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever have any questions, if you ever want to know greatness, look no further to the man to my left or right, however this records. Obviously not myself, but Once 5150, how are you, my brother?
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, your quintessential Puerto Rican muffin Jorge, and we're here. And Chef hit me up telling me that supposedly Tony Khan has a major announcement, and I'm thinking that he knows when Veer Mahar is coming to Raw. That dude's been coming for the last 6 months, and no one's still seen him. So I'm thinking that's what Tony Khan has in store. So I don't know, bro. You tell me.
And listen. If we ever talk AEW, man, I would definitely have some shit to say. But I do actually, I'm in my feelings right now. We had recently talked about
that's not good. That's not good.
No, but we have recently talked about where are the featherweights, where are the women doing their thing, and I was like, you know what? I'm a little annoyed with this, right? Because we were both excited because we've been saying right now women's wrestling is the hottest peak that it's been in pretty much forever. You know, when you have girls like Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, you know, Ivelisse, all these people that are out there doing their thing. And MLW's like, we're going to do the featherweights. So we're like, oh, shit, dope. We talk MLW. We're going to get some featherweights. We don't have a belt. We have never seen a belt. We have never been teased with the belt. At this point, you cannot say, and I know the obvious would be Holly Dead, is what you would say is the face of the featherweights. But even to this point, to me, what has she done besides get a few wins to stand out amongst the rest? You know, we've seen Delmi Exo and what's the other one?
Ashley Box, her sister.
There you go. We've seen them for the Sea Stars for a hot second. Then we tailored off to not seeing them. We've seen Brittany Blake. Didn't see her again. And you could go with this list, and then it kind of tailored off only to Willow Nightingale and Hollydead. Yeah. So you're like, what's going on here? So I'm confused. I'm a little let down because MLW was popping. MLW is doing really great things. Then we touched this featherweight, and I feel like, is this even a division? Talk to me, bro.
Well, right now, if it's a division, it's a forgotten division because we haven't seen a female wrestler since December. You know, the last couple of shows, and then at the last tapings, they supposedly have Roxy and Miranda Gordy. You know, which the match hasn't. We haven't seen the match yet. But then coming up for the super fight in Charlotte, they haven't even mentioned one female being in the show. And the show is this weekend coming up. So I have no idea what's going on. I haven't seen anything, not even one female that I followed from there say anything about MLW. So
no, and the hard part is we know Roxy now from what we've been reported is that she has signed with WWE as whatever it is, she's officially part of WWE if it's going through their developmental and NXT or whatever. Yep. She's part of their system.
NXT, yeah.
So we already know she's in NXT before we even see her. So we're like, okay, maybe this is why she also dropped the belt in Impact because I'm not going to be holding this. I'm going over there. You know, and you're like, cool, you know, get the bag, do what you got to do.
Especially, then, I mean, what, she's like 20?
Yeah, oh yeah. Super talented.
She still got her future ahead of her. Yeah.
And I think you said they call her the Prodigy or something like that, right?
The Prodigy, yeah. Yeah, because she's been wrestling since 12. Reality of wrestling there with Booker T. and whatever she does, she picks up right there and then, and she's just been nonstop. I think she was like their champion when she was like 17 already down
Also,
there in Texas. Yeah, so
we have seen nothing about this fight happening. Like we haven't seen MLW say,
yeah,
next week we have Miranda Gordy
it's like
and see. We haven't seen nothing.
exactly. Yeah,
So it's like, well, I'm confused because you had a few girls. Now, we also talked about this where I was like, damn, as much as I like Willow Nightingale, we've seen her on Dark. We've seen her in, I think, Ring of Honor. Like, we've seen her everywhere else. And I was saying, I want an MLW girl. I don't want a girl who's everywhere. We need a face of this. So it's like, at this point, is it something on the back burner? Is it scrapped? Is it because we don't know? And it's a shame because with all the talent, literally, they even signed somebody from either Shimmer or Shine. Remember, they made an announcement that we partnered up with this, and he's going to be helping us with our women's division.
Yep.
We've seen nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing too, like last night you have Buddy Murphy. He's supposed to be on this tapings from Dallas, and last night he already shows up in AEW, but you still haven't seen him in the match with TJP here, which is another reason why I hate taped shows.
Yeah.
I like it that weekly feeling or every other week, but this monthly stuff, you get excited about one person. Oh, this guy's gonna be here, and then boom, he goes somewhere else already live, and you still haven't seen him wrestle here. So,
No,
yeah.
And it's funny because Bleacher Report tweeted it out. Oh, Buddy Murphy is officially All Elite, right?
Yeah.
So I said, me being an ass, I was like, yo, I hope you have that same energy when he pops up in MLW. But that, regardless, not only did he appear there, but now he's part of a big faction with, I think, Brody King and
Malachi Black. Yeah.
So
the House of Black.
The House of Black. So you're like, he's already in a prime position in a faction. We haven't even seen him. So it kind of takes away from whatever that match is, because we obviously know he ain't winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so that's a wash. So it's like, it's my one critique. It's the one thing that I'm kind of upset with MLW. Like, we've never had a hotter opportunity for women's wrestling. Everything is sitting there. We can point out 20 females on the independent that are not N.W.A, are not Impact, are not WWE or AEW. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many talented women out there. This should not be a hard process. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be actually very easy.
Yeah, and coming up now, down in Dallas again for WrestleMania weekend, they already have two shows that Thursday and Friday. This is good time to bring some eyes into the company by having, those females being there, especially when you're that close to the border. Bring some Mexican wrestlers over, but we'll see, man. I mean, right now it's definitely being put on the back burner because I haven't seen one female being announced for this weekend show in Charlotte. So, and that'll be a shame if they started doing something and then they took a step back to kind of like I don't know, man, to go over some stuff. I guess check the numbers, check what's going on, see what's going to happen, but. They promise you something. They go big time with something featherweight, get you excited. And then a couple of months later, it's like, let's just slowly pull it back. Like, hopefully nobody noticed what we said a couple of months ago. And they just kind of like, oh, yeah, we forgot about this one. So,
and the sad part is how many amazing talents have you seen in AAA or the crash out of females, these luchador girls, that they can absolutely kill it. So if you're doing the Aztec underground angle, bring them in. It's in Mexico. You have some of the best women there too. Bring them in, do the thing. If not, over here, I mean, and I know I don't want to be redundant saying Ivelisse and Christi Jaynes, and you got people like Kelly Klein, Taylor Hendricks. The list goes on and on and on and on. And you're like, there's so many amazing talents that could fit both shows. Whatever kind of look you want, you can get. It's the cream of the crop. You have the whole independence to go grab something with, and you're afraid to pull a trigger. It feels like either go all in or don't do something. And I'm not going to tell somebody how to do their business, but it's more like we were excited for the opportunity for the women to get that opportunity with MLW, because the women division in Impact Wrestling, to me, and I don't even watch Impact no more, but from the last time I did, they had the best women's division I seen, and they
Understood.
And they, the way they handle their women and the way they do their storytelling it makes perfect sense outside of Tasha Steelz. She's the only person I feel like they're doing something wrong with. That's neither here nor there.
Tasha Steelz should have won that belt, that last pay-per-view against Mickie James. That should have happened right there. You still have somebody else from a different company, N.W.A, being your champion here. That's still, I understand you have some kind of partnership, but it's been long enough already. You kept the belt on her on Mickie James because you wanted her to be in the Royal Rumble with the belt. That's already been done. History has been made.
Which did nothing.
Yeah, history, whatever has been made. Now it was time for Tasha Steelz. Now she takes a step backward now, because now you want to bump her into Chelsea Green feud with Mickie James. It's just, I don't understand, man. So sometimes it's like, okay, well, we had this plan, but now we're gonna go different way here because now this is gonna be hotter than before. But then, even with the featherweight, even when back in November, October, they were having interviews or backstage segments with the females, so they were there. They were still being seen. You haven't seen them since. You haven't seen one this year at all.
No.
Not one interview, not one anything.
And that's so true. And I'll end it with, if you look at every successful company, I'm gonna say Impact Wrestling successful. They've been around 20 years. They're on the up. As much as I like to, when we talk around, I'll call it shit packed or whatever, and I'll joke with you. But Impact is on the up. You know what I mean? Like, and when we talk, we're real honest. And I do say, like, if I'm joking with you, it's a joke. But in real life, they're doing well and they're on their way up. And the women's division is a prominent thing. And for years, the women's division has been better than the guys. Yes. And AEW, their women's division was a joke, and now their women's division has gotten a whole lot better. There's a lot of people they've added. There's a lot of veteran talent, all that good stuff. And then you go over to WWE, and they're stacked with women. It doesn't matter if they do the right thing or not. Their women's division is awesome just because their talent is great. You know what I mean? They have great talent. MLW has that opportunity, and they're kind of just letting it squander away. And we even seen Willow Nightingale with a segment with El Jefe as well. So it's kind of weird how we're not seeing anything. But I wanted to come on here because when people say, oh, you guys are too nice to MLW, no, we're really not nice to anybody. If something's whack, we call it whack. If something's dope, we call it dope. Well, this is our way of saying, listen, we love MLW, but they're dropping the ball with the women. And we're just keeping it honest. You know what I mean? Like,
Kurt Bauer, where are you, brother? What's going on? I mean, come on, son. What's going on here? I mean, so far, you're here. We don't want you to drop down here. You're here right now, but
listen,
somebody got to say something, man. Say something about the way say go up there and say that it's on hold for a minute. Some stuff's going on, but okay, we understand, but don't just completely think that we're dumb. Oh, the fans, they're dumb, they're stupid. We're gonna forget about it. They'll forget about it in a couple of months.
And you know what? We've talked, and as of right now, we're gonna have an opportunity to talk to Court Bauer right now. We have talked to the homie. He said he's gonna give us some time. Hopefully, we get that sooner than later. And we're gonna ask him some hard questions.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be honest with him. We support the company. You definitely support the company because every talent that met you will co-sign that. So, ladies and gentlemen, for myself, the big homie, we out of here. Deuces.